Hi guys, and welcome back. It's your girl Yummy.com. Thank you for joining me today. Contrary to what just happened, this is not a tipsy movie review. However, it is a minority replacement. Now, if you're not familiar with Minority Replacement, we try and balance out the score or you know, give opportunities to actors and actresses of color who don't usually get roles that they totally could rock. So I take typically all white casts from some of my favorite movies in history and I switch it up and recast them with characters of color, sort of like a BuzzFeed quiz. Today's video, if you can't tell by my whole look, we are doing Legally Blonde. Somebody screws, somebody proves, Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde. Take to the street, cause she's legally blonde. There's no retreat like a Legally Blonde. Now, we're not doing Legally Blonde the musical. I do love Legally Blonde the musical. It's one of the first musical adaptations that I've ever got to see, so it has a very big place in my heart. However, we are doing the original Legally Blonde, the first movie, not the second one, not the third one, not the spin-off with the two British girls who were famous on social media at the time, even though super underrated. Kind of love that one. We are doing the original Legally Blonde. If you haven't seen Legally Blonde, where have you been? And now's your chance because it did just drop on Netflix in April, so I had to do a video celebrating it. It's one of my favorite monumental kid memories is watching this movie. So, with Legally Blonde, there's some pivotal characters that we have to touch on, and I can't do it without my handy dandy notebook. Okay, let's dive in. So obviously Legally Blonde has some super iconic roles in there. We have to cast Elle herself, but we'll start at a role that I think is one of the underrated heroes of the film, and that is Miss Brooke Wyndham.
Oh, that's just it. It would ruin me.
How?
I've made my fortune on the ability to perfect women's bodies with Brooke's butt buster workout.
I know, you helped me go from a 6 to a 4.
It's great. On the day of Hayworth's murder, I was getting
What?
I was getting liposuction.
Huh?
Liposuction! Oh, God! No. I know, I'm a fraud. It's not like normal women can have this ass. If my fans knew that I bought it, I would lose everything.
Brooke Wyndham also has one of my favorite songs in Legally Blonde the musical, Whipped Into Shape.
Hi, I'm Brooke Wyndham, and welcome back to the Wyndham Workout Disc 2 Challenge and our daily commitment to being the best that we can be. Yeah! So grab your cardio whip 5,000, because if you want to get ripped, you've got to get whipped.
And it's one of the ones that I know all the lyrics to. Do you want an easy miracle? Do you want to lose a pound or two? Then you can turn this off right now. Our workout's not for you. I'm talking to the woman who wants it all. Gotta pay for what you get. Cause size too close don't come for those too lazy to sweat. I want you with your shape. And I say jump say high.
You know you're doing it right when you start to grind. If you don't look like you should, you got to whip it good. I'm sorry. No escape till you're whipped into shape. Come on, Sabrina, you heifer!
I listen to it all the time whenever I'm working out, or like that's my go-to song because it's just really inspirational. But also in the movie, she was such a pivotal character that was really understated, but really helped Elle grow into her own. Really gave her that affirmation and confirmation of who she was, and that who she was enough for the lawyer world. Obviously Paulette did a lot of that, but the fact that she let her be her lawyer.
I'm sorry, maybe you didn't hear me. You were fired.
Enjoy prison. Mrs. Wyndham, you do realize what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Was like the crux that just put the icing on top of the cupcake of like, yes, I'm enough. I studied hard to be here. Doesn't matter what happens. Oh, and this person trusts me with their case. Cool. So Brooke is super important to me and one of my favorite characters. She was played excellently in the movie, but we are going to replace her with JAVICIA Leslie.
I'm Paris, motherfucking Duncan. My daddy's got the mayor on speed dial and your punk ass boss on the golf course every Saturday. So don't get it twisted, bitch. I don't do jail. Only thing keeping me from beating your motherfucking ass is that badge you're hiding behind.
Hey,
Come on, redneck.
No need to get hostile.
This better not take all day.
JAVICIA Leslie, if you don't know her, she is most well known as the newest Batwoman. She is big, black, and she's not big. She has big black curly hair. I love her. I wasn't really sure how well she could play an intense character, but then I saw her Batwoman and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing and I want you to take that and make it pink and intense and wear a jumpsuit.
On, people! What does not kill us makes us hotter!
Like, I was like, immediately when I saw her as Batwoman, and I was like, I love this hard-ass mentality that she has. As her character as Batwoman, it's just beautiful and graceful, and I really appreciate it. So I wanted her to take that and to apply it to the character of Brooke Wyndham. I could totally see her in that intense court scene right by Elle's side, giving her that pep talk of like, I'm not afraid of jail, girl. Let's do this.
Sorry to break it to you, Miles, but not everything is about you. Oh, look at that. I did have the time to psychoanalyze you.
Delta new, Delta new. You are a Delta new. Oh my gosh. So, with that being said, I wanted to give her that slot just because she's very talented and very good at giving intense emotion. And that's one of the things that Brooke really is. She's intense. That's how she got her fitness empire. With that being said, we're going to go to our next person. Ooh, our next person is the villain. Well, one of the villains. It is Warner. He's the catalyst. He's the catalyst. He's the villain. He's the boyfriend. He's the goal. He's one of the more important characters that we all love to hate.
What?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I think it's the right thing to do.
You're breaking up with me? I thought you were proposing.
Proposing? Elle, if I'm gonna be a senator, well, I need to marry a Jackie.
Was played wonderfully. I prefer the Warner from, again, Legally Blonde the musical.
Baby, that's why you and I should break up. Yes, baby, I'll give you my hand.
But I like this Warner too. He was cool. His character is so snobby, but like still like, I'm doing you a favor by going out with you.
Elle, come on, you're never gonna get the grades to qualify for one of those spots. You're not smart enough, sweetie.
Wait, am I on glue or did we not get into the same law school, Warner?
Like, I am Warner. Like, it's okay. And that could only be played by someone who has a legacy behind them, who has a name behind them. And that name is Denzel Whitaker. Denzel Whitaker, one of his most famous roles, of course, was in Black Panther, because Black Panther was chock full of talent. He played a younger version of his father's character, Forrest Whitaker. He was very believable in that tiny scene. He also has a couple of other roles that really give off that air of intelligence.
It's like that thing from Die Hard. I mean, and we also did it in school once too.
What?
Come on, man, we used to love that movie. It's an old puzzle.
Well, let's just get her out of there, okay? Let's solve it and get her out
All
of
right. Okay, I got this, guys. Use the 3-liter jug and the 5-liter jug to get precisely 4 liters of water.
which I think Warner needs to make him a full-fledged threat and character, because obviously one of the things we always talk about is that Warner's very dumb, and like obviously he didn't appreciate Elle, but obviously he had to be some sort of smart or legacy to be able to get the internship, not to get into Harvard, because that is clearly just what's that thing called? Nepotism. Yes, that is clearly just nepotism. But to get the internship,
Without this man's sperm, the child in question wouldn't exist.
Now you're thinking like a lawyer.
he had to be some sort of smart. So he had to have some brain, and I think Denzel Whitaker can give him that. Something that has always been missing from all of the Warners that have been him.
Warner quit, said he makes more modeling anyhow.
I don't want to dwell on him too much because we do not dwell on the little men that get in our way of our dreams and our ambition. Next, we have Vivian. Vivian, I put her on the list because she wasn't actually a really big character. Technically, until the very end. She was more of an adversary, but if you really watch Legally Blonde as often as I do, you really see how, again, she is one of the catalysts in this situation, because she is kind of the pushy fire that makes Elle like push further.
Nice outfit.
Oh, I like your outfit too, except when I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try not to look so constipated.
I feel terrible. I made a huge mistake.
Because Elle's goal is Warner, and the thing that is blockading her is Vivian. So, with that being said, I wanted to give our Vivian and make our Vivian very driven, because that is who Vivian is. And a woman who has played a driven character that I super love is Amy Carrero. Amy Carrero is a phenomenal actress. She is beautiful, smart, plays emotional ranges perfectly.
You think I don't know this carpet?
I've been on this carpet. I've lost weeks of my life to this carpet. And you gotta get up off this carpet, Alex, and you gotta fight. Come on, vámonos. Let's go. Get up. Get up. Get up. I can't slap you, bitch, because we in a DV shelter, but you gotta get up. You need to dig in there and pull that shit out, mama. What he did to you was fucked up. And you better start getting mad as shit about it.
But one of the things that I really love is that she played a character on a show called Young and Hungry that was on Freeform, and that character spent the whole series being so driven towards her job, towards her dreams, towards supporting her friend. Like, she was just a driven machine on that show.
You are a warrior.
I am a warrior.
You are a goddess.
I am a goddess. Do you understand how many hours of my life I've spent on your drama? I'm done. I want this job so bad. I mean, this could be my stepping stone to me having my own media empire and one day something answering my phones. Hey, how was your first day? Let's just say I did something that will guarantee I work at Clicked for many, many years. Oh, you slept with Logan? Close. This whole issue you have with I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. But you're gonna be, because you are losing the best Hammond. You can have your job back. Oh God, thank you so much.
And so I figured, why not give this role to someone who is tried and true, played a beautiful genius, but also played a driven and thought-provoking and taxing woman. That's what it is. So that is why I gave the role to Amy Carrero. She's just like so with it, so snappy, so quick with the quips, and it's just, it takes a certain type of intellect, an actor, to do that, and I think that she's completely 100% there and can do it. So that's why I gave her the role of Vivian. Now we are starting to get up to the most important roles, okay? Like the people who super matter, who the story is really just about. And next is our queen. She is our Irish queen, our lovely du jour. She is Paulette.
I'm taking the dog. Dumbass.
Paulette is the strong backbone. She is the Greek chorus for our girl Elle. She is like, yes, Emmett essentially is the one who helps her like stay and study and like give her the tools what she needs, but if it wasn't for Paulette just giving her that initial push of being like, no, do not change your hair for a man. Wish she was there when I cut all my hair off because of a boy. But she was like, do not change your hair for a man. You are enough. You just gotta show him your brain and that other side to yourself.
Turns out I am a joke. No, you're not a joke.
And granted, that's not what ended up happening. She didn't end up with Warner, but it was for the better. And it did help her push her towards a greater goal and a greater source of being her, of being strong, of being serious.
Less of a Marilyn, more of a Jackie. Serious. Somebody classy and not too tacky. Okay, that came out wrong.
So for Paulette, we had to give the thing about, okay, so also with Paulette is that she is also a lot of the comic relief because she is played by undoubtedly one of the funniest people, Jennifer Coolidge.
The gays just know how to do stuff, you know? I mean, they're survivors. And for some reason, you're always obsessed with me. I don't know why. I like it.
There's something I've always wanted to tell you, and I think you're ready to hear it. You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had that talk.
And who are you?
I'm the last person you will see before you learn how to walk again.
One of the funniest people in Hollywood. So you have to give her someone who will be able to follow up that role with the hilarity that Jennifer Coolidge exudes. And I think that could be Maya Rudolph.
All it takes is one wrong motherfucker to breathe on me funny, and I swear to God.
Scooter, are we still on a 9-second delay?
The woman who presses that button, yeah, she stopped coming in weeks ago.
Well, in that case, let me just say this. Fuck shitty doo-doo bitch, and say the fuck in your house. Reporting live from hell on earth, this is Andrea motherfucking Steele. Back to you, Sarah.
Maya Rudolph is frequently known for her role in Bridesmaids, of course.
You know what? It is! And you know how I know? Because I went to the fucking salon with her, and I got my asshole bleached too! And I love my new asshole! You know what? Why can't you just be happy for me and then go home and talk behind my back later like a normal person?
Her start on SNL, she is always still there playing Kamala Harris.
That's why it's time for a Kamala Harris Unity Seder. Tonight we ask the floor questions. How's school? Did you eat? When are you giving me grandchildren?
And she's just super hilarious, super funny, super cool. Plays the role of Beyonce on SNL as well a lot.
Now, I'm not gonna drink a big fat glass of milk on camera. That's not a good look for Beyonce.
Yeah.
But like, she's super cool, funny, hilarious.
You know how much weird stuff has happened because of your little experiment? England left Europe. That Hugh Jackman musical about P.T. Barnum, it made like $400 million. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars are good now.
Impossible.
I'm serious. They're gonna make the playoffs.
But yet can still play somewhat of a serious role if she needs to. And she rarely breaks. I mean, sometimes she breaks, but she rarely breaks. And I think that she could play the character of Paulette so well. She could play this awkward woman who also is sort of a guiding light.
I met someone, okay, and I mean, it's not my husband. I mean, nothing's happened yet, but my entire body is on fire. He's Cuban.
Is this still official business?
Of course it is. Shut up and watch the movie.
Yeah.
And the comedic relief as well. Like, she is the hilarious comedian, and she could play the comedic relief perfectly to a T. So that's why I really wanted to put Maya Rudolph in this spot for Paulette. I think she would make a perfect Paulette. And, you know, she also exudes a similar sexual energy that Jennifer Coolidge does. You know, just oozing awesomeness. So that's kind of why I wanted to put her in that role. Now we're getting to the top two, Emmett and Elle. Yes, I did skip over a couple characters just because I just didn't, like, obviously, like, the Dean, she mattered, but like...
If you're going to let one stupid prick ruin your life, you're not the girl I thought you were.
Like, I didn't want to go there. But we have our top two characters, Emmett and Elle. For Emmett...
I believe you just called me a butthead. I mean, no one's called me a butthead since about the 9th grade.
Maybe not to your face.
We have our Maze Runner King himself. No, not Dylan O'Brien. We have Hong Lee, King Hong Lee. He is, again, known for his stint in the Maze Runner. What the hell are you doing?
A traitor! We're trusting you!
He's also done a couple other movies.
Heard our specials today?
No, but you seem pretty special.
Remaining faithful to her for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
뭐 미국에서 이 정도로 자식 문제가 있으면 후보 사택감입니다.
이 화이팅들이 좋아. 응?
Everything I could. All I did was I drove her to those tracks.
But other than being super, super sweet, super, super adorable, he's hot. Sorry. Like, I just like my leading man to be hot, which is just, like, not necessary, but, like, it's like a classic chick flick. Like, as much as I'm like, yes, think ahead, far forward, we don't need all of our, like, we need to represent normal people, we need to, like, blah, 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 all this other stuff. This is still, like, a classic chick flick, and he is a heartthrob. So, I feel like he could play the role of the leading man, Emmett, to a T. He also has a smarter look about himself.
I definitely thought about changing it. I think Uzo Aduba had an interview with Seth Meyers one time, and I think she said it best. She actually tells a story about how she goes to her mom and says, "Mom, can I change my name because no one can pronounce my name correctly?" And she goes, "Well, if they can learn how to say Dostoevsky and Tchaikovsky and all those names, they can learn how to say your name." And that like resonated with me, and I was like, "That's right, man. You don't have to change your name for anybody, you know, you can just be yourself."
So I think that he would make a great Emmett because, hear me out, he's beautiful.
I keep saying that, I'm so sorry.
So hear me out. He's beautiful, he's intelligent, he's played a wide range of characters, and I think that he would bounce off of this next person that I'm talking about who's going to be playing Elle very freaking well. I think their chemistry would be off the charts. I don't think I've ever seen them together in anything, but I feel like the way that they both are able to play their characters in their prospective shows and TV shows makes me feel like their chemistry for this would be amazing. And with that being said, we're going to go to our Elle.
It's impossible to use a half-loop top stitching on low viscosity rayon. It would snag the fabric. And you didn't just get it in. I saw it in the June Vogue a year ago. So if you're trying to sell it to me for full price, you picked the wrong girl.
And our Elle is none other than Jazz Sinclair. For those of you who don't know Jazz Sinclair and are not from don't know her super well, one of her most popular roles is Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. She plays the best friend who goes blind and is essentially like a witch or something.
And the boy would be calling. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's so dreamy, so fantasy free, so you can't see me. No, not at all.
What? We need to ask you something. Are you a witch? Are you a witch? Listen to me, Harvey. I am a witch. And Blackwood is a warlock.
That's enough, Ross.
But he is a witch. And you, Harvey, you're no stranger to witches. You've dated two of them. Me and Sabrina
Keep your mouth shut, Rosalind Walker. Do you hear me?
How can this be? You're a mortal. Rosalind is a seer, chérie.
Something's happening.
She's amazing. She's so great in that. She's also great, like, just in general. She has very curly hair, super great energy, and one of the most important things is that she plays such an intelligent character. And the thing about Elle, again, is like another thing about that, like, is it like the thing that happens with Warner is like, oh, why do you want them to be played by an intelligent character? Like, they're not supposed to be smart. Well, no, they are actually supposed to be smart, because these are people who essentially got into Harvard without any handouts, kind of. Well, we all know Warner, nepotism. But, like, she got into Harvard. She has straight A's. She graduated as valedictorian. Like, you want someone who's actually intellectual, but also breaks the stereotype of being intellectual by being, like, kind of just 100% her. Because that's what Legally Blonde is about. Legally Blonde is about being herself, being comfortable as herself, but still letting her genius flow and her strength flow from being authentically herself.
I'm never wearing that again! I'm wearing this! Back in my game, back to the trial, but I'm going back in my style.
So that's why I chose Jazz Sinclair. She is always authentically herself. She is amazing actress. She has a great range. She, like, is such a strong and intelligent character on Chilling Adventures that I think some of those skills will be able to translate over really well. And have you seen her with blonde hair? Hello, it's beautiful, it's great. I like a curly blonde fro, guys. Okay, it is lit. A curly blonde fro is everything. So with that being said, that is why I chose Jazz Sinclair as our Elle. That is our cast. We're closing the book on that, guys. Like, signed, sealed, delivered, it's done. That's our cast. I'm really excited about it. I really like it because I think that it covers a wide range of acting backgrounds and still gives minorities and just in general talented actors the roles that they deserve. Like, I would kill to see Jazz Sinclair and Hong Lee in a, even if it's not this, in a movie together. I feel like they would bounce off of each other so well. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all for joining me for another Minority Replacement. You guys have been great, my internet friends. Don't worry, I'll be back, so stay tuned. I'm yummy.com.